Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome to Letters Alive. This tutorial video is going to walk you through the basics of getting started with the Letters Alive curriculum as well as what's in our box. This will not cover all that you need to know to make the most out of Letters Alive, so there are training videos available. On your USB drive in the training videos directory, there is a more intense training video, as well as online at logicalchoice.com under the Letters Alive section. Now, Letters Alive is a phonics-based reading program that has now taken augmented reality and is going to make these letters come alive in a memorable way for all of your students. So let's take a look at our box and see what we have. The first thing we have is our neoprene mat. This gives a white background for Letters Alive and helps to track your cards much better. The second thing we find in our box is 26 freeze cards, one for each one of our animals. This not only introduces your students to the letters, but it also brings the name of the animal and helps your kids to bond with it and talk about it in the classroom. Next, we have sample, activity, and stories. Now, these are just the samples. We want all the curriculum. So all the curriculum is found on your USB drive. The USB drive, which is also in your box, is what you use to install the software. Now, the USB drive itself, you've got to hold on to. The USB drive is required to be in your computer for the software to run, as well as this is where our training videos and our curriculum are located. The curriculum is located on the USB drive in the curriculum directory under a file called lettersalive.curriculum.pdf. This allows you to quickly go in, find your lesson plans for the week, print them up, as well as the activity sheets that you would like to use. Now, Letters Alive maps to the Common Core state standards. We have a mapping of where each of our lessons map to the Common Core state standards, and this is available also at logicalchoice.com on the Letters Alive product section page. Now, what I've printed off of the USB drive, the first thing is a year at a glance. This is our unit overview. All 26 of our letters are broken out into units. These units are broken into the environment in which the animal lives. So we have farm, mountain, desert, so forth. It also includes what's going to be covered in that unit. The root words and the sight words are displayed here. Next, we have our lesson. Each animal here, we have Henry the horse. Each letter is broken down into 5 lessons. These lessons show what sight words are covered, as well as which activities to use on any given day. Now, we want our kids to bond with our animals, and our animals are going to come to life, but every child loves a story. So we have in our curriculum on the USB drive is a story. This is Henry the horse finds his hat. Next, we have 6 activity sheets. Once again, these activity sheets are related to each one of the letters. I'm going to run through these real fast for us. We have our letter sounds. We have our story comprehension, our coloring activity sheet, our sight words, once again by unit, the handwriting, because handwriting is important even if our kids are texting now, and our word families, which are going to be covered again in the root words program that came with Letters Alive. There's still more in our box, so back we go. We have our alphabet cards, which includes the video card and the tutorial card you're watching right now. We have 40 pre-K sight words and 54 kindergarten sight words. Now, these are the adult sight words that align with the Common Core state standards. All right, that's the last of our box, so let's go and let's set up Letters Alive to work with us today. Let's take a look at Letters Alive from within the Letters Alive program itself. You'll notice the 4 placeholders are at the bottom of the screen and white spaces all the way around the edges. This is the optimal viewing range for Letters Alive. If your camera is not showing this, you might want to adjust your camera ever so slightly to make sure that it is viewing just the 4 placeholders with the white space at the top. Now, lighting is very important in Letters Alive. If the overhead lights are on, it should be okay. If you like to turn off the overhead light so that the projection is brighter on the screen, you should have an external light source available like a lamp. Now, let's take a look at our cards, and let me introduce you to Frankie. There's Frankie. Say hi, Frankie. All right, once the animals are viewed on the screen, we can look at all angles of them, but how do we get them to show up? I slide them in at what I call knuckle height. What that means is I'm just coming in from the side, pausing so the software can see and track the animal, and then the animal can be laid down and it can be moved around. So once he's tracked, we can move him around just fine. I think I covered my button, didn't I? Let's go back to my animal. All right, Now the buttons along the bottom of the screen, you got to see me because I made the F up here. Each one of these buttons has a function. We're going to go through the functions of these buttons more intense in the training video, which is on your USB drive as well as online. Now let's take a look. Now that the Frankie's down here, let's take a look up here at this green red light that keeps flashing up here in the corner. This is our tracking light, and it's telling you that the software sees my card. So when it's green, it's saying we're good to go. If that light turns red, all you need to do is bump your animal card just a little bit, your letter card, and your light should turn green, and you can continue to add or move cards around. All right, let's build this sentence, and let me talk about the fourth card. Now, as we build these sentences, we want to make sure that we come in with the white space and we do not cover cards that exist already. If we cover the card, the software can't see it and that word's going to disappear. We know that it is viewing these cards because it's going to show them in the upper left hand of our screen. All right, so let's do the frog can eat. So we have the frog. And you'll see as I'm here, I'm actually tilting the card just a little bit in the lighting. The frog can. Now here comes our fourth card. For our fourth card, we're going to bring it in the white space at the top of our screen. And once it is tracked with the software, we can drop it down and move it into the fourth position.
Eat.
Now that it's tracked, we're going to drop it. We're going to slide it right down in here. And we have the frog can eat. And we can actually listen to our sentence as well.
The frog can eat.
And that was a look at Letters Alive from within the program. The Letters Alive curriculum covers the animals, the letters, the phonics associated with each one of these letters, as well as beginning sentence building, and has cross-curricular application with the videos associated with each one of the animals. Now, another one of the programs that was installed with Letters Alive is Root Words. Root Words allows you to start building words for the children to read. In Root Words, there are no animals. You start up with the letters, the phonics for those letters, and start building the onsets and rhymes that are associated with the unit overview that we discussed at the beginning of the tutorial video. You can start building, for example, cat, hat, and rat. Root Words allows you to pull out each phonic sound and start blending them together for the students to make the word and begin reading. The third program that was installed is T-shirts, and T-shirts is a lot of fun. I encourage you to go to the training video, which once again is on your USB drive as well as online at logicalchoice.com in the Letters Alive products section. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial video. Once again, welcome to Letters Alive. Now go make the letters come alive in your classroom. Thank you.